Important new information tonight on what happened at the home you're looking at in the Abacoa neighborhood of Jupiter. Police say they arrested 2 people for a stabbing inside. One victim remains in the hospital right now. If the violence was not troubling enough, we broke the news last night that the house was actually a sober home known as Christian Recovery Center. And since our story, we've been inundated with questions about sober homes. Most want to know if they can open anywhere and what are the rules and regulations. WPTV News Channel 5's Tori Dunnan went to the state attorney for answers and has a story you'll see only on 5.
State Attorney Dave Aronberg told me that the task force doesn't even really know how many sober homes are operating in Palm Beach County because there's no mandatory registration or no mandatory head count, and he says they can operate wherever they want.
In many cases, the cities and HOAs will never know that a sober home exists until it's too late.
Tuesday's reported stabbing at an Abacoa home where Jupiter police say a sober home was operating has left many there wondering how this could have happened. State Attorney Dave Aronberg says there's no requirement that a sober home operator inform an HOA or city that they're in operation. It's voluntary.
The mere fact that a sober home exists is not illegal. It's when the sober home becomes a flop house. It's when it becomes a drug den. It's when it becomes a haven for crime.
In this case, the HOA manager told News Channel 5 they started the process of evicting the people after learning the person on the lease was not living in the home and the property was being advertised as a sober living home.
We found it on Craigslist, and as soon as we found it, I notified the landlord, and who was not aware of what was going on there. He was in shock.
What happens is when cities and HOAs find out that an ad is out there, that's how they often know that a sober home exists.
Aronberg says it's not as simple as neighbors think.
If they request that the home evict all these residents for the sake of the fact that they are in a sober home, that would be against the Americans with Disabilities Act, because the residents are viewed as disabled under the ADA.
State Attorney Dave Aronberg says it's his experience that owners of sober homes are more reluctant to open up in communities with HOAs because they add another layer of government in addition to the city, but that they do pop up anywhere. In Jupiter, Tori Dunnan, WPTV News Channel 5.